What is home flipping? Is it even profitable? Is it worth it? We're going to talk about all of these things in this video, Flipping 101, today. Let's get started. Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm Jesse with Fisco Real Estate, and today we're going to be talking about flipping properties and what does that mean. There are so many different ways to flip a property. Today we're going to focus on the traditional way, and we're going to go and break down step by step everything to make sure so that you can decide whether or not flipping a home is profitable and if it's worth it for you. So let's get started on what flipping a property actually is. And you may already know, but for those that don't, what you essentially do is you take a old home and you're trying to find it at a very, very deep discounted price. And what you're doing with that home is you're going in and you're looking at all the things that the home needs in order to be restored or refinished. Essentially, does the plumbing need to be fixed? Does the electrical? Is the roof bad? And you start to put together all of these numbers and get an idea of how much it's actually going to cost you to turn around and sell this property. You also need to determine what the after repair value of the property is. And so what you're looking at is, okay, after repair value minus expenses minus what I'm paying for the property, that is what is left over. Generally, they're a real estate agent or what we would call a wholesaler, which is essentially a middleman who gets the property and then sells you the property and collects a premium. And so finding the property, after you found it, you need to start running your numbers, right? You're going to go through and get an idea of what everything costs. Now, lots of people don't generally know what it's going to take to replace electrical. And one of the biggest mistakes I see is that people underestimate on their flip. And so what I would recommend, and one of the easiest ways, is to find a general contractor or someone that will take this project start to finish and will be able to give you a more precise and accurate idea of what it's going to cost to replace and to flip this home. Remember, hiring professionals is going to help you get the job done faster and easier, and it's going to take less of your time. Now, one of the things that I really want to hit home with flipping homes is that you have two ways of doing it. There are the DIYers and the sweat equity, where that takes longer. You're probably going to be flipping this home in 9 months to a year, depending on how long you have time to dedicate outside of your 9 to 5 to this property. And that's great. That's a great way to get started with your first flip. The other option is creating a system and a process and already knowing what it is you need and what you're going to do to each and every flip. Now, there's pros and cons to each. The pro is on doing it yourself. You can pick out some more elaborate tile. You can be artistic and creative, which I very much love. Or the system and process, the pros there is it's going to be done faster. You're going to save a lot of money. And the con, of course, is that you're not going to be able to be as artistic because you're just essentially buying everything in bulk and then just doing every single house the exact same. There's pros and cons of each option when flipping, and you just need to make sure that you weigh out which one you want to do. So after you've secured your property and you've gotten quotes and understand how much it's going to cost, now you need to go and talk to someone about selling the property before you actually buy it. You want to have an idea of what the after repair value is of the property. And the reason why you want to have an idea of the after repair value is you want to have an idea of how much you're going to make on the property, how much it will sell for, to make sure that you're not actually going to be upside down on this house. And most importantly, what is happening in the area. Getting a good idea of how long that property is going to sit on the market. What additional costs may you have to pay? Are you going to have to pay a real estate agent to sell the house for you? Are you going to have to pay closing costs? And these are questions that you need to have all lined up, ready to go before you do your first flip. Now, let's dissect a flip that I've done. Right here, you can see this property, West Jordan, Utah. What we did is we found this property through someone called a wholesaler. Essentially, someone had already found the property, brought it to us, and we paid them $10,000 and locked up this property. Now, we locked up this property for $350,000. $340,000 went to the seller, and the 10,000 went to the wholesaler as a assignment fee. And so from there, I called my general contractor, and he went in, gave me a quote. We started running numbers and making sure everything made sense. What we found is that we could make about $30,000 profit on this particular property if we went and put in $75,000 worth of work. So we bought the property at $350,000, put in $75,000. After fees and expenses, we anticipate making around $30,000 on this particular flip. Now, a lot of times people are going to ask, well, is it worth it or is it profitable? For me, it's worth it because I went to the property. I've looked at it 2 or 3 times. It's about 30 minutes away from where I currently reside. Went and looked at it 2 or 3 times. It's now done. It's now under contract to be sold. And in a few weeks, we're going to be collecting that $30,000. Is it worth it? Yes. Now, is it scary? Absolutely. This entire flip that I just shared with you, we did on credit cards with 0% interest. And so we were able to get a larger line of credit to pay for the $75,000 in cost. We also leveraged a home equity line of credit against my personal residence in order to pay for some of the additional costs as well. So it really depends on what you're looking to do and if that makes sense or does not make sense for you. But yes, I highly recommend you get into flips. And thank you so much for watching this video. And I hope that this helps you as you're putting together pieces for your next flip. If you have any questions or would like to connect, I'm more than happy to talk to other investors. You can drop me an email. My email is below, and you can send me an email directly. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like and subscribe for more content. Have a wonderful day.